on the night loud and clear. And this is important. Ontario needs to be open for business. That's why we are all here at Toronto Chinese Business Association, a co-body of our business sector in the Chinese community. Many of our past presidents and members are well-established and successful business entrepreneurs. For many years, they have been organizing trade missions, before even China is officially opening up on the free markets. So I would like to say, for the past many years, all of you has been doing a lot of bilateral trade, helping out trade between Asia and Canada, China and Canada. China is the second largest trading partner. Whether we like it or not, the second biggest trading body in the world, you had to be trading there. And I want to say, for many of you, for the member of the TCBA, you have been doing a great job. And for fostering not just only people-to-people tie, but also culture. And culture, all of you has the experience in trade, or especially is important on international trade. That's why your connection is important, because for international trade, that's where we need to export. I sat on Senate Agriculture and Foreign Affairs and International Trade. So I know that, we are the fifth largest agriculture production country in the world. So many of our products had to be shipped overseas. In fact, our lumbers and all this, in fact, our maple leaf syrups and all this, Japan are the largest buyer, Korea importing a lot of our things, but the free trade, FTA, is important. If we don't get it work out fast, we will be going to be lagged behind. And, every country will be ahead of us. So I hope, when anytime Premier Ford will be able to organize a trade mission to China and get Ontario into business again. Thank you. And I want to say, for 46 years of TCBA, you have done a great job. I want to thank all the past presidents. They are all my friends, and all the board of directors, and also, the sponsors and the volunteers. Without you, we couldn't be here tonight to get together to celebrate 46 years. In two more years, Canada, China will be celebrating 50 years bilateral relation. So I'm looking forward to the next 2 years. So thank you. Have a beautiful evening. 谢谢. Merci beaucoup. May I invite the President Chow to come out, please?
Thank you very much, Senator Victor Ol.
Next, we would like to invite the second Vice President of the TCBA, Mr. Kai Tao, to the stage. Please welcome.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen and friends. Let's give a big hand to the MCs, Adeline and Castro, Liu, the Councilor of Richmond Hill. Ladies and gentlemen, great MCs. They're working for us 2,649 tickets tonight, that's all. Hopefully they're millionaires by 8:30. Well, it's been a great honor, ladies and gentlemen, for me to introduce the next guest speaker. As Lai King already broke the news, is our new premier, our people's premier, Mr. Doug Ford. I remember Doug way back when they were with the city council. With the subway, what a dysfunctional council there was, when people could not even agree where to go. How could you build a subway? Or the shark fin files, what a mess, created so much racial tensions for the Chinese community to handle, and end up a lawsuit that we had to undertake to sue the city to basically say, your banning of the shark fin bylaw is wrong. And we got it, we won it, and I'm glad that they were standing by us. Mr. Ford, thank you very much for that. And I still remember the days at the Manning Conference in Ottawa when he was running for leadership. Basically, I said Ontarians needs not only hear the complaints about what things we're not doing well, but our hopes and dreams and aspiration has to be on the table. And here is the answer that he got. Help is on the way. And he's answered my prayer. And at the most recent, the plowing match, I was there because I always have something going on everywhere else outside GTA. And here he was announcing there will be a natural gas pipeline available for the rural area that makes things cheaper to operate and look after our farmers. And I wish I could say the same thing for the new free trade deal. That's, the farmers are really hurtful right now, that they're very concerned about. Well, the story could go on and on and on, but I think the most important part is we are very happy to see Mr. Ford, you're here tonight, my good friend, and I want to hear from you more. We want to hear from you more. Please come up to the podium, tell us your story. Thank you.
There you go. Hi, thank you. Thank you, Kai. And I want to thank you for such a warm, warm welcome, my friends. It's great to be here. It's great to be here with such great people. And my friends, I want to thank you for your support over the years. Chinese community has been overwhelmingly supportive to our family, my father, my brother, myself, my nephew. And I just want to tell you how grateful I am. I'm very, very grateful. I know that we have many friends in this great community, and I want you to know that I will always, always have your back. Thank you. The Chinese business community plays a critical role in the success of Ontario's economy. A community founded on respect and hard work. As a business owner myself, as someone who grew up in a family business, I can tell you that we share the same values. I remember visiting China with my father and my brother Rob as a young man, and I was so impressed with what I saw. When I went there with my dad, he always taught Rob and I, said, this is what you call work ethics. This is what you call values. And I'll never forget it. And this was 30 some odd years ago. And I'll never forget him saying, watch China, watch how they're going to grow. And I'll tell you, I wish my dad and my brother were here today to see what a success China has become in the world stage. A culture that values hard work, a culture that values the entrepreneurial spirit. This is a community that is committed to the success of Ontario. You are a prime example of what it takes to succeed in Canada. And for our part, our government is committed to making sure that you continue to succeed in this great province. We want to create a business-friendly climate. We want more jobs and more investment. Because when you succeed, Ontario succeeds. And as my colleague said from the federal government, Canada succeeds. In just over 100 days, since we took office, we've started to turn a new page in Ontario. My friends, during the recent campaign, I traveled from one end of Ontario to the other, and people came up to me, and I'll tell you, they were upset with the previous government. They were upset about their out-of-control hydro bills. They were upset about the rising taxes, the hundreds of thousands of jobs that were lost. 300,000 jobs were lost in the manufacturing sector in the past 15 years. Crippling deficits, liberal scandals and mismanagement, and the list goes on and on and on. People were ready for a change. You were frustrated with the high taxes and big government, but you were also hopeful. You were optimistic that things could get better. And I'm proud to say things are getting better. We promised we would put more money into your pockets. We promised that we would make it easier to do business in Ontario. And for the past 100 days, my friends, that is exactly what we have done. Home heating prices, they're down an average of $260 a year. Gas prices at the pumps, as you can see, they've dropped almost 5 cents per liter, actually more than 5. We still have another 5 more to go. Driver's license fees have been frozen. The Drive Clean program, it's done. Hydro bills are down. They're down over $750 million, with more to come. And the most importantly, the cap and trade tax, which was hurting businesses, it's gone. It's gone. My friends, no matter what, we will always fight to keep the government's hands out of your pockets. And that means fighting against the job-killing carbon tax. It's the worst tax you could ever imagine. The carbon tax drives up the price of everything, from fuel to goods to services that your companies rely on. It's a job-killing, family-hurting tax.